Right, with the fuel prices being down a bit, it's desk job catch-up time, or fuel prices being up rather. This is a Sunbeam Toastermatic in pieces. Don't mind my apprentice, she's playing VR headset in the background. I've done videos on this before, but simply put, what happened with this is one of the heating elements has come off in the corner here, and I've been trying to think of a way to crimp it back on for a while, and I figure I'm just going to YOLO it and try a crimp terminal and see if it holds on. Otherwise I'm going to have to get new heating elements. Anyhow, this one is a little bit shorter than the other, so it's probably a little bit hotter. I don't know how it's going to work, and I need to be careful not to break the irreplaceable little ceramic holders that hold the end of the wires in here as well. So it's going to be interesting. I need to work out how to get that out. My old man does, or at least had, all the manuals for these. I need to find what he did with them and scan them. A lot of people have asked for them. Anyway, I'm going to investigate and see if I can get this wire out. So the first order of duty I'm going to do is just unhook one of the toast guards up here. These come out in a fairly specific way that I have to remember. I think you lift one end up and push it through. I think they come off from the other end. Ah yes, they do indeed. They come off from the other end. So we'll push a clip and push the top half of the loop down gently with a pair of pliers, and that should allow it through the hole at the top. Right, so these are loose now. Should be loose, which now means I'm able to remove those. One toast guard, and come on, two toast guards. There we go. She's obviously having fun in that game. Alright, that should now give us access in here, hopefully, to this little ceramic thing here, which this piece of wire is in, and there's a crimp terminal stopping it coming out. That crimp terminal is what I need to replace. Alright, so it was in a really tight little spot, but I did get it out. My apprentice is definitely getting wound up at the moment. I might have to shut a door in a minute. So this crimp terminal, I'm not sure what it's made out of, and it's going on the end of nichrome wire. So we need to get it in there. So I've got to take up some of the slack on this wire here and create a new bend in an exposed bit on the end and find a way to crimp it. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see, but in here I have got that wire exposed. So this wire here, which is the element wire, we've trimmed, lengthened and poked through. I did think I had two wires on there, but this is actually the main input wire. We'll show you that in a minute. This little bit here is our element. We now need to get a crimp terminal on here and somehow get that in there and crimp it. Easier said than done. And now, for those of you with the manual, I did originally think that, oh no, I'd actually got two wires off this and it was daisy chained. It isn't. This wire here that runs along, it's actually this wire along the top here. Our main input is on this side and this side. Now for this part, in amongst all the toaster crumbs on my desk, we're going to try and modify one of these little crimp connectors to make a crimp terminal for it. I don't know if this will stand up to the temperature, but we're going to give it a shot. We should be able to just trim this off like so. Hopefully this should give us a ring that we can crimp down on those wires. Not sure if that's done it or not. We'll see how we go. It might work, it might not. Alright, toast guard's back in place. Time to find the rest of it. It's been a while since I had this apart. And we've got four main parts here. We have the Bakelite base, which I'm pretty sure goes on last. We have the two end caps. The crumb tray is not included. And we have the top piece, the overall cover. Now just a note, if you're following this as a DIY, which you probably shouldn't, pretty sure these brass screws are actually for the terminals and not the top. There are a couple of self tappers that are something else here. They look like posi drive. So one of the reasons why I have this toaster is my senior engineer, my father, used to work for what was the State Electricity Commission, and I realise now these should have gone on first. Anyway, he used to service these toasters. This was his job, like appliance repairs, back when the State Electricity Commission did appliance repairs, back when appliances were repairable. Not so much the case these days, but I do hear rumours of them bringing back the State Electricity Commission. So it'll be interesting. And yes, so what I learned from this, these have a flange that's meant to go under that, so need to put the sides on first. Okay, now we've got it in. There's two little tabs that hold these end pieces on, and the top clips in underneath this. Then you put that outer shield on, which then means we can start putting screws in here. Now, a bit of common logic here says that if I put one screw in here, that should stop that end from falling off. And if we spin this around and we put a screw in the opposite side on the opposite end and get things aligned, that should hold the other end in, and we won't worry about the loud thud and jarring shock of these end pieces falling out whilst we're trying to put it all together again. Alright, we've got an assortment of screws. These two tapered screws go in the cable strain relief. These are terminal screws, I forget what that's for, and these are for the Bakelite base. Your toast adjustment here is this little mechanism, and it adjusts the point gap on the thermostat. Right, Bakelite base time. Terminals go this way. Now, we have had to rearrange the wiring down here a little bit. These might not line up the way they used to. So this could be a little tricky. We need to line our wires up underneath here so that they fit into the terminal block. So you know what I might do? I might settle for getting one in there, then I might lift it up slightly and align the other one in as we go.
20 minutes later.
Alright, about 20 minutes later, we've got the wires in the terminal block. Now we've got 4 screws to put in here. We're almost done. Now the next step is to put this on, and if you're wondering why you only had 2 washers for these, you don't need them for the 2 that go through this, and it holds that piece on. Magnetic. Now, mystery loaner screw goes in the middle here. Right, we're at the point of putting power back on. Now, polarity doesn't matter too much with these, but what really does matter is making sure you get this ground wire on. If you don't have that and something goes wrong inside, this whole chassis can become live. So this is why earth wires mattered in old stuff, is if something goes wrong inside this box, touches something metal and it blows a fuse. Or in our case, trips an RCD. Alright, now we're back at this stage. Get an electrician to check this, okay? I'm not going to argue about that, just get an electrician to check it. Alright, strain leaf's back on. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to get my continuity tester, plug in a couple of probes here, make sure nothing is shorted to ground or something silly like that. Let's go continuity tester here, turn you on, beepity beep, beep works. Let's check that this and this is grounded, that is good. Let's check that our earth is bonded to everything on the chassis. All our exposed screws all work. All of that is good. Okay. Those 2 are on the Bakelite. That's okay. Alright, we're good. Let's make sure active is not to ground and neutral is not to ground. We're good. Right, we're up to test time. We're going to use a couple of bits of the junky bits of the bread here. That's the carrier piece. This is the activator one that has the mechanism in there, which is already tripped. Let's turn power on, and they should lower in, because that's the signature of these toasters, is that the elements expand and that controls the mechanism. Alright, so let's have a look. All our elements are lit up. We're cooking. Let's see if it pops up eventually. Not sure how long that little crimp's going to hold, but we'll see. I'm told by my my senior engineer who used to work on these, in their workshops they used to get whole bucket loads of bread delivered because they were testing these so often, and he rarely had to have breakfast. He'd usually go to work and he'd take some jam or some Vegemite or something with him, and he'd make toast all morning at work. Well, it's way on the darker side. Let's lighten it up. There we go. It popped up. Has it toasted? It has. We had it way on the dark side, so that's not too bad. That's about what I'd expect on that. That's doing better. A little inconsistently cooked on that bottom where we have had to stretch that element out a little bit, but it still works. We've got toast. Alright, that ends this video. We'll see you in the next one.